Aloha, Scott Sylvan Bell coming live from Sacramento, California, February 18, 2017, 1:39 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales. And I want to specifically talk to you about going in for a sales interview and how to close a sales interview. Now, last year I got to interview over 200 people for different positions inside of a company. They had me come interview and work with them to train them how to interview people. And I want to tell you that for the most part, a lot of the salespeople that I met with, they were really nice salespeople, but they were not closers. And I was able to take a page out of Chet Holmes' sales book where, he would tell the person that they're sitting with, hey, look, I see that you're a salesperson, but you're not really a closer. And somebody who's not a closer would go, yeah, you know what, you're right. Somebody who is a closer would be like, you are absolutely wrong. I'm the best at what I got to do. I'm the guy that's got to belong here. Where's my seat? Where's my chair? So you just got to know that if you're going through a sales process, that you're dealing with a job interview, which is a sales process, you just got to know that you're going to be asked to do stuff. You're going to be asked questions. You might even be asked to sell a pen. It's not something that I do, but you do see a lot of sales managers do it. You see a lot of management teams because that's what they were taught to do. It's tradition. So like instead of them knowing what to do and what to ask, they ask what everybody else is doing. And so it might be, sell me this pen. But if you are going to go in and you are going to secure the deal and you're going to be the salesperson of choice, you just got to know that you got to take the lead. There is a point where it's overly aggressive and it could freak the person out that's interviewing you. So last year I meet with a sales guy. Actually, I meet with a closer. And the closer comes in and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm good at what I do. I've got a bunch of interviews lined up. There's people calling me. You can have me take the job right now, or you could wait and lose me. Where am I going to sit? How do I get paid? And a lot of people would have been upset because he was pretty aggressive. And I'm like, I like this guy. I know that he's not going to take this from a buyer, right? When somebody gives him an objection, he's going to come back and get it. So your job, if you're going in for a sales interview, is to say, look, I'm here right now. Let's get the paperwork rolling. And you just got to know that the person sitting across from you, their job, they have a job to do. Their job is to give you pushback. Their job is to test your skills to see if, yes, you are a closer or no, you're not. And here's the thing. Somebody who's done enough is going to know somebody who's watched a bunch of videos and got some techniques versus a person who has confidence and really is a sales closer. Now, I will let you know that I started asking people for accomplishments and proof to make sure that what they were telling me was accurate. So one of the things that I asked for was a W-2 because we were looking in this group for a very specific type of salesperson and I needed to know that they really were a closer. And there were some people who came in and they were really nice and they were good at what they were doing, but they couldn't prove it. They couldn't say, hey, look, here's my W-2, here's the amount of zeros and the amount of commas that I made last year, and I really want the job. So be ready to be saying, look, here's a couple of my accomplishments. I was a top closer this year. Here's some trophies. Here's a write-up of me about the paper. So these are all things that help build credibility, and the credibility helps you in the sales process of you getting a job for sales, okay? So know that in order for you to get a job and to secure a spot and to be a closer, you're going to have to show and prove that you're willing to ask the tough questions, that you're willing to overcome the objections, that you're willing to be like, I get it, this is resistance, this is just like a sales process, just like anything else, but instead of you being a buyer, you're a hirer, okay? So just know that it's entirely the whole dance. This is the dance. But a lot of people try to shortcut, 60 steps into one or two. Know that it's the deal. Now, I helped interview a person a couple of weeks ago, and I was asking questions, and you just got to know that my interview process is not easy. It's rough. It's 60 questions. It is rough. And about 8 questions in, she said, why are you interviewing me? Why are you asking me all these questions? I just want the job. Well, it didn't really fit, and she threw a fit. It wasn't like, hey, you know what? I'm good at what I do. Just like, look, what do I got to do to get the job? She was like, oh my goodness, really? You're asking me all these questions? And then put her head down on the table. Are you kidding me? Well, I wasn't convinced that she was the right person, and by her doing that, it proved to me that she wasn't. So, how should you close an interview? Assume the sale, overcome the objection, and know that if they're pushing you off and saying that, hey, we're talking to other people, that is an objection. Your job is to overcome it and close the deal and say, what do I got to do to get started? What's the next step? Let's just say for a minute that you are interviewing other people. What do I got to do next? Just like to shorten up this whole process, because like sometimes it's small steps. Sometimes it's a matter of saying, this is what I'm going to do next. Hey, I'm here. Why don't you have me fill out the paperwork? I'm here. Why don't you have me take the drug test? I'm here. Why don't you have me take the physical? Or whatever your industry does. right? Sometimes it's just the little tiny small steps, and it's your job to pass the test. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.